Here we go. Woo! Eyes glued to the monitor, can't look away. Knowing the frequency coming out to play. That unique signature, the handle we await. Unlocking the byte gates, controlling our fate. Connections locked, the pathway's clear. No time for doubt, no space for fear. Yeah, the energy's climbing through the roof. Gotta feel that digital, undeniable proof. Loading, 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 status loading, brain split. Loading, loading, loading. Yeah. Here we are. Loading, loading. Need that beat. Just wait for it. A massive build-up. These sounds split else. We lose sample weight. We are love. Loading, loading, complete. Loading, loading, need that beat. Just break for beat. Loading, loading, coding. We are live. Loading, loading, complete.
Right, evening everybody. Hope you're all good. We are gonna play something a little different tonight. They've just obviously, well, ages ago they released the autopsy only mode on Autopsy Simulator. So I thought we could go ahead and give that a go. So let's have a little look. Oh, hold on. I need to just have a sensitivity down. That's a bit better. Okay, let's put our gloves on. Right, so basically we're a student. I think that's everything.
Before we begin the internal examination, we need to document the cadaver in the condition it arrived in. So, we begin with a full-body photo.
Okay.
For each photograph we take, we pin it up on the magnetic board.
Okay.
Before cutting open the cadaver, we should examine the external injuries with a magnifying glass. Let's begin by taking a closer look at the spots I photographed earlier. For this, you're going to... The clipboard is used by every pathologist to keep a detailed record of the autopsy. This will help you with your finalizing of your conclusion for the cause of death. And at the bottom of the clipboard is where you'll select your conclusion once you feel you've found the right result.
Okay, so small raised syringe mark. So Superficial abrasions evident on both elbows, indicating recent contact with rough surface. And superficial abrasions noted on both knees, consistent with the trauma from a fall. I think that is all.
The police folder contains all sorts of pertinent information as to who the deceased might be and what potentially happened to them. This will help you to figure out what the cause of death might be.
Okay, she was deceased, collapsed while working in backyard at home. Avid hiker, camper, and outdoor person. Police do not suspect any suspicious activity and have no reason of interest. She was acting erratically in the days prior to death, known to associate with drug users and suppliers, involved in a bike accident a month prior to death. Long-time owner of a popular local bar and grill, wealthy, shut-in, with extensive collection of fine spirits and cigars. Okay. Shut that drawer. Okay, so let's have. Oh, hold on. Let's do our.
Take our deceased by the hand. Gradually
Ooh.
erase it.
Restart that mini game. Oh, this is harder. I forgot. Right.
And then let go.
58 hours after death. So there's no rigor mortis. Okay. Take some blood samples.
Now we take these samples to the microscope for further testing. Now we transfer these samples to the centrifuge for testing. Now we dial in the values for the centrifuge on the knobs. If you can't remember, then check the notebook.
Okay, 70% for 15 minutes. Okay, let's receive our sample.
With the centrifuge complete, we can take our samples to the pipette station for further analysis. To see
We'll
the
do this one
microbes,
quickly as well.
we'll need to adjust the dials of the microscope to be correct.
Okay. Right, let's just go... Wrong one. Oh, can we not... Oh, it's in here now. Before you had to go in the other room and do it. I can't free mail that up. Get a little print out of this. Blood test reveals the presence of heroin and its metabolites, indicating recent use and potential opioid-related health risks. Okay.
I grab the scalpel from my kit and start cutting. The incision should be in the shape of the letter Y. We use a deep cut to reach all the way to the ribs and to penetrate the abdominal wall. Now we peel back and separate the skin.
Oh, we gotta do that, haven't we? Ooh. Tasty.
After that, we need to remove the ribs. We'll use the loppers for this. We can now inspect the internal organs one by one. When inspecting organs, we can either cut them on the cutting board for further internal examination, or dispose of them if needed.
Okay.
The organ has been moved to the cutting board and the main cutting table. Make sure you've cut the organ you get placed on the board first, before trying to cut another one.
Okay, hold on. Let's just go and do this one first.
Gently use the knife to cut open the organ.
Soot deposits consistent with chronic smoke exposure and associated respiratory damage. Do we not need to weigh it? Oh, I didn't do the UV lamp. So where's our stored organs then? Oh, I've already fucked this up. What is that? Oh, you made me jump, Grace. 1 second. Sorry about that. Fucking shit me up, she did. I'll just sort my chair out. So, how do we get these stored organs? One second, I just gotta Google it. It doesn't say. Okay, right. We can't take a photo of that. Maybe if we... There's no computer. Okie dokie, I don't fucking know then. God, here we go. I think that's it. That's all we can do on that one. We can't do our head.
First, we check for external traces using the UV lamp. This can reveal hidden injuries.
No, I wanted to go on the body. Oh man, this is so frustrating. Okay.
We use the sewing needle to close up the body. It's always important to close up at the end of the autopsy procedure and make sure everything is complete.
Right. Okay, let's use the bones. Oh. Signs of significant blood clot is observed in the left cerebral artery, resulting in isomatic tissue damage. Can we put our scalp back on? No? Okay. Oh, I know what we've got to do. We've got to take pictures of these. No. I've failed this one, I know I have. No, wrong one. Right, we're just gonna... Squiggle, squiggle. Okay, we're just gonna do that for now, and we're gonna start again on the next one.
Lastly, we and this concludes our autopsy.
Oh my god, that was shocking. Oh, we actually didn't do too bad. Hey, I'm quite surprised at that. Let's play again. Okay, gloves. Apron.
Before we begin the internal examination, we need to document the cadaver in the condition it arrived in. So, we begin with a full body photo. For each photograph we take, we pin it up on the magnetic board.
Let's go around this side.
That appears to be all the external injuries. Okay, we can now proceed on to starting the autopsy.
Okay, let's read her file. Found at home unconscious on the bathroom floor. Involved in a bike accident a month prior to death. Police do not suspect any suspicious activity. Recently returned home from Christian mission in Uganda. Avid hiker. Frontline healthcare worker. Past problems with weight and weight loss drugs. Admitted to hospital with respiratory distress 3 times in the last month. Okay. So, let's go take some samples from her.
Before cutting open the
In a
cadaver,
minute.
we should examine the external... Let's begin by taking a closer look. The clipboard is used by every pathologist to keep a detailed record of the autopsy. This will help you
Lips
with
are
your
blue.
finalizing of your conclusion for the cause of death. And at the bottom of the clipboard is where you'll select your conclusion once you feel you've found the right result.
Rash on lesions with scaling. There's something else on her face. Okay. Superficial abrasions evident on both elbows, indicating recent contact with a rough surface. That could be from the shower when she fell, maybe. Rash in the groin area, suggests an irritation or infection. Oh, on. Okay.
Now that we've examined all the external injuries, we can cut open the cadaver with... Well, we take our deceased by the hand. Gradually, we raise it. And then let go.
Okay, 32 hours after death. Right, let's take some samples real quick.
Now we take these samples to the microscope for further testing. Now, we transfer these samples to the centrifuge for testing.
Yeah, that is everything. Right.
Now we dial in the values
15
for the
minutes,
centrifuge
70%.
on the knobs. If you can't remember, then check the notebook.
While that's doing, we'll do this.
Microbes, we'll need to adjust the dials of the microscope to be correct.
Irregularly shaped white blood cells and cytoplasmic inclusion suggesting high viral activity. Right, let's go take this and test
With the
this.
centrifuge complete, we can take our samples to the pipette station for further analysis.
Blood test reveals high level of blood alcohol concentration indicating recent consumption and potential effects on health and behaviour. Okay.
I grab the scalpel from my kit and start cutting. The incision should be in the shape of the letter Y. We use a deep cut to reach all the way to the root. Now we peel back and separate the skin.
Ew, she's a bit sticky.
After that, we need to remove the ribs. We'll use the loppers for this. We can now inspect the internal organs one by one for signs of injury. When
Ooh, they don't
inspecting
look so
organs,
good.
we can either cut them on the cutting board for further internal examination, or dispose of them if needed. move to the cutting board and the main cutting table.
Oh,
Make sure
over here.
that the organ you get placed on the board first, before... Gently use the knife to cut open the organ.
During dissection, the lungs are found to be heavily edemat. Oh, I can't fucking pronounce that word for some reason today. With fluid accumulation in the alveolar spaces indicating pulmonary edema. Let's cut it open. There we go. I've cut it. Telling me I haven't. Oh man, this is so frustrating. There we go. During the section, the tracker displays inflammation with redness, masoka, and thickened walls, indicating acute inflammatory response of some kind. Okay. Well, that doesn't look good. Definitely cutting that one open. Through this section, the liver exhibits signs of alcoholic cirrhosis, exhibiting a nodular surface and a significant fibrosis character of alcohol liver disease. A blood test. Well, we've already got the blood test. Yeah, we already got the blood test. Appears normal in size. We're gonna cut it open just to be sure. Okay. Intestine appears normal in colour and texture with a smooth intact surface and no signs of inflammation or abnormalities. Right, I think that's everything. Close you up. Oh, we didn't do a UV thing. We'll do the UV test in a sec.
We use the sewing... needle to close up the body. It's always important to close up at the end of the autopsy procedure and make sure everything is complete. First, we check for external traces using the UV lamp. This can reveal hidden injuries.
Wow, we didn't cut our brain open. Alright, where is it? Saw. Brain appears intact with well-defined. Blah blah. We're gonna chop it open anyway, just to be doubly sure. Okay, during dissection, the brain appears healthier. Okay. I think that's everything. Okay, now we can try and figure out what's wrong with her. Okay, no signs. Healthy normal side. Yellowish brown regular texture. Alcohol liver. Hmm. What else can we look at in here? I think that's it. What are we thinking? I reckon she's got some rare virus, you know. What are we saying? We're gonna say a rare virus. She hasn't got lung cancer. Regular shaped white blood cells. Just in high viral activity. Let's see what we got. I reckon that's what it could be.
Lastly, we store away the body for autopsy. And this concludes our autopsy.
Got it right. Sweet. I thought that was pretty good. Let's have another go. We're getting there. We're doing pretty good. I reckon we could have done this for a job in real life, you know.
Before we begin the internal examination, we need to document the cadaver in the condition it arrived in. So, we begin with a full body photo. For each photograph we take, we pin it up on the magnetic board.
Oh, she got a bite.
When dealing with exotic animal bites, we must first scan the Polaroid on the fax machine for a detailed print.
Okay. I believe that is... That's not all of them.
That appears to be all the external injuries. Okay, we can now proceed on to starting the autopsy.
Send this one through. See what it comes out with. Place it on the desk.
Then we match the print with the bite mark depicted in the book for any matching results.
Okay. Nope.
The clipboard is used by every pathologist to keep a detailed record of the autopsy. This will help you with your finalizing of your conclusion for the cause of death. And at the bottom of the clipboard is where you'll select your conclusion once you've... Before cutting open the... Let's begin by taking a closer look at the spots I photographed earlier. For this, you're going to need a magnifying glass.
Okay, with consistent trauma or allergic reaction. rash on the arm show fractures with papules. Severe thermal burns noted on the hand with charred skin and blistered formation. Syringed mark. Ooh. She might have been murdered. Reddish purple rash with regular borders noted on interior left leg. And what about her feet? Mark swelling observed in both feet consistent with fluid accumulation.
Now that we've examined all the external injuries, we can cut open the cadaver with a scalpel. Well, we take our deceased by the hand. Gradually, we raise it. And then let go.
49 hours. Now let's get some blood samples.
Now we take these samples to the microscope for further testing. Now we transfer these samples to the centrifuge for testing. To see the microbes, we'll need to adjust the dials of the microscope to be correct.
Presence of normal bacteria indicating healthy balance of microbiota in the bloodstream. Sweet. Put that in.
Now we dial in the values for the centrifuge on the knobs. If you can't remember, check the notebook.
Gravity 15. Right.
With the centrifuge complete, we can take our samples to the pipette station for further analysis.
Get this one in. Let's have a look at what it gives us. Blood test reveals elevated levels of creatine and urea, indicating possible kidney failure. Right. Oh, wrong one. We didn't even look in this, did we?
The police folder contains all
Collapsed.
sorts of pertinent
Well,
information as to
backyard at
who the
home.
deceased might be and what potentially happened to them. This will help you to figure out what the cause of death might be.
Witness noted a large reptile stopped roaming the crime scene. Friends reported recent episodes of depression, changed diet. Okay, I don't know why they were. That doesn't make sense. Right, let's get this UV lamp.
First, we check for external traces using the UV lamp. This can reveal hidden injuries.
No, all good. Okay, let's get our scalpel.
I grab the scalpel from my kit and start cutting. The incision should be in the shape of the letter Y. We use a deep... Now we peel back and separate the skin.
Ooh,
After
she's a
that,
sticky one.
we need to remove the ribs. We'll use the loppers for this. We can now inspect the internal organ. When inspecting organs, we can either cut them on the cutting
Shows
board
redness
for
and
further
swelling along
internal
its walls of a
examination,
roughened surface,
or
indicating
dispose of them if
significant
needed.
inflammation. Had this a minute ago. It'll do it in a minute. Come on. Oh, come on. There we go. Indicate an acute inflammatory response of some kind. Okay. What about your lungs? Do they look right? Lungs markedly hyperinflated with distended appearance and shiny surface, indicating increased air retention. Let's
The
go
organ has
have a
been
look
moved
at
to the
these.
cutting board on the main cutting table. Gently use the knife to cut open the organ.
Lungs are hyperinflated, exhibiting enlarged air spaces and diminished elasticity, suggestive of chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. Okay. Heart is enlarged and swollen with a smooth, taut surface that appears distended and demonstrates prominent vascular markings. Oh, now that does not look good. We need to cut that one open. Liver is noted to be enlarged and pale with an extensive fatty infiltration throughout the tissue. Okay, what about the stomach? Nothing in the stomach. Stomach appears to be healthy inside, however the contents show large amounts of partially digested food and... Oh, it looked like it was clean. But it's suppose it's not. And your intestines appear normal in colour and texture with smooth, intact surface and no signs of inflammation or abnormalities. Alright, let's get you put back together.
We use the sewing needle to close up the body. It's always important to close up at the end of the autopsy procedure and make sure everything is complete.
Alright. Let's go. Brain appears intact with well-defined area and sulci, showing no signs of atrophy, hemorrhage, lesions, dissection. We'll have a look anyway, just in case. Just in case. Okay. That bite mark is nasty. Right, so let's review our information. Okay, so what have we got? Okay, normal bacteria indicating health balance, possible kidney failure. Attention. Days. Press the wrong button. My brain looked good. What was its stomach? However, the contents show large amounts of partially digested food and vomitous material. Increased air retention. We're gonna go with blunt trauma. Let's see what this is. I don't know,
Lastly,
but
and this concludes our autopsy.
okay, so we've got the cause of death wrong. Right, we're gonna do one last one. And this has been alright so far, to be fair. We're not gonna turn that on. We're just gonna get our camera. Or do we? Okay, deceased collapsed during a night shift at a place of work, arrested in a bar brawl. He's got alligators. A witness mentioned seeing an unknown individual leaving the crime scene, employed as an industrial chemist, appears to be an alias family. Okay. Let's get you out of here.
For each photograph we take, we pin it up on the magnetic board. When dealing with exotic animal bites, we must first scan the Polaroid on the fax machine for a detailed print.
Okay, don't need to photograph anything else. No, there's something we're missing. There we go.
External injuries. Okay, we can now proceed on to starting the autopsy.
Alright, first
Before
we're going to
cutting
do a black
open the
light.
cadaver, first we check for external traces using the UV lamp. This can reveal hidden injuries.
Okay.
Let's begin by taking a closer look. The clipboard is used by every pathologist to keep a detailed record of the autopsy. This will help you with your finalizing of your conclusion for the cause of death. And at the bottom of the clipboard is where you'll select your conclusion once you feel you've found the right result.
Rational chest presents lesions for scaling. Multiple bruises noted on the abdomen with irregular borders and varying shape. Discoloration. Okay, blunt force trauma on that arm. What about this hand? Severe thermal burns noted on the hand with charred skin and blister formations. Several distinct cuts observed on both legs with varying depths and sharp edges.
Now that we've examined all the external injuries, we can cut open the cadaver with a scalpel to examine the internal injuries.
Let's take some blood samples quick.
Now we take these samples to the microscope for further testing. Now we transfer these samples to the centrifuge for testing.
70-15.
Now we dial in the values for the centrifuge on the knobs. If you can't remember, then check the notebook.
Well, that's running. We'll do this one.
We need to adjust the dials of the microscope to be correct.
balance the microbiota and the bloodstream.
With the centrifuge complete, we can take our samples to the pipette station for further analysis.
Right, let's get the results of this and see what's happening. Blood test reveals the presence of acute cyanide poisoning in the bloodstream. Ooh. Alright, let's send this picture in.
Then we match the print with the bite mark depicted in the book for any matching results.
Okay, bite mark confirmed as Mississippi alligator consistent with police report. Sweet, right. Let's put this, oh, wrong one. Put this picture on there.
Well, we take our deceased by the hand. Gradually, we raise it. And then let go.
35 hours after death. Okay, let's cut you open.
I grab the scalpel from my kit and start cutting. The incision should be in the shape. Now we peel back and separate the skin. After that, we need to remove the ribs. We'll use the loppers for this.
Hmm.
We can now
Ooh.
inspect the internal organs one by one for signs of injury.
I've definitely taken your
When
lungs out.
inspecting
Tough luck.
organs, we can either cut them on the cutting board for further internal examination, or dispose of them if needed.
Okay, lung appears normal size and shape, but displays areas of distension of a slightly darker colour.
The organ has been moved to the cutting board on the main cutting table. Gently use the knife to cut open the organ.
The lungs are found to be heavily edematous, with fluid accumulation in the alveolar spaces indicating pulmonary edema. Okay, let's get this one out of the way because we're gonna take a look at it. Healthy with clear airway, smooth lining and no signs of obstruction or inflammation. That's good. Right, your heart. The heart appears normal. Store that one away. Right, your liver appears normal in size and shape. with smooth reddish brown surface and no visible flange. Dissection may not be required. Let's do it just to be sure. Oh. Liver appears healthy, exhibiting normal size, smooth texture, consistent coloration without signs of pathology. Stomach appears normal in size and shape with smooth pink surface. Right, we'll have to do this one because stomach appears to be healthy inside, however the contents show concentrated amounts of unidentified digestive pills. That would be the cyanide, maybe. I believe that we are all good, there's nothing else. Put you back together, mister.
We use the sewing needle to close up the body. It's always important to close up at the end of the autopsy procedure and make sure everything is complete.
Brain. Give it a little wiggle. There we go. Ooh. We are cutting that one. Showing darkened areas. Okay. Extensive hemorrhaging is observed in the frontal lobe, possible from trauma or damaging with blood infiltration into surrounding brain tissue. Well, we already know he's got cyanide in his body. I don't think there's anything else we can do on that one. Alright, so let's have a little look. Okay, where is it? Blood work, come back. With a presence of acute cyanide poisoning in the bloodstream. Ooh. Cyanide radiation. Unidentified. What do we reckon? I'm gonna go for that. That's what we're doing. I don't know if that's right, but we're doing that.
We stole. And this concludes our autopsy.
Got it right? Yes. The first one we've 100%ed. That was good. Sweet. Right, I'm gonna do one more, and then I am jumping off for the night. I don't believe there's very many left for us to do anyway. I'm not going to turn on the tape player this time. Let's put our apron and gloves on. Let's get our camera out the drawer. Let's go read his file real quick. Okay, so he's found at home unconscious on the bathroom floor. Please don't suspect any foul play. Military employer, further records classified. Keen amateur detector has frequently reported found objects. Okay. Let's go unzip you. Okay, let's get a close-up of your face, maybe? No? Nothing on this side. His feet are all good. Oh. Nothing on your face? Nah, there's still one more. Just where is it? There. There's still more. Right. Let's just do a UV check. Right, let's check how long he's been gone. "67 hours." Righty-ho. Let's check that stomach. Multiple bruises noted on the abdomen with irregular borders and varying shades of discoloration. Multiple bruises noted on the arm, varying in size and colour, indicating blunt force trauma. Superficial abrasions evident on both elbows, indicating recent contact with a rough surface. Noted rash around his hip region with regular borders and slight desquamation, not typical of normal rashes. Significant edema noted on both hands. Fingers exhibit bluish discoloration, suggesting possible cyanosis. Superficial abrasions noted on both knees, consistent with trauma from a fall. Right, there's nothing else. Let's get some blood from him. Right. Let's go put this in the centrifuge. $70.15. Right, while that's running, we'll do this. Reveals presence of normal bacteria, indicating a healthy balance of microbiota in the bloodstream. Let's go test this blood sample. 3 ml on that one. Put that in a chromograph and let's see what we get. Blood test shows balanced levels of red and white blood cells, platelets and other key biomarkers indicated of healthy blood. Okay, so nothing unusual there. Alright, let's cut this boy open. Alright, let's get our loppers. Get this rib cage off. Right, let's start with your trachea. Appears intact. I'm just gonna double check that. Trachea appears healthy with a clear airway, smooth muscle line, and no signs of obstruction or inflammation. Lovely job. Your lungs appear normal. No abnormalities. Alright, let's go check them. Oh, it looks healthy to me. doesn't look too good though. Is that a hole in his heart? Liver appears normal in size, shape with a smooth reddish brown surface and no visible lesions or abnormalities. May not be required, but we're going to do it anyway, just to cover ourselves. Oh. Oh shit. Liver appears healthy, exhibiting normal size, smooth texture and a consistent coloration without signs of pathology. How about this? His stomach is noticeably distended with a taut, smooth surface. Visible stretching indicated of bloating. What's in your tummy? Ugh. The stomach displays distended walls and significant gas accumulation within the gastric cavity, all the signs of excessive consumption. Excessive consumption of what? Not about. No signs of inflammation or abnormalities. Okay, I'll close you up. Okay, let's get this saw out. Sense of blood pooling. Okay. Now we've got what this says. Extensive hemorrhaging is observed in the frontal lobe from trauma or damaging with blood infiltration into the surrounding brain tissue. Okay. Right, time to figure this out. You have to give me 1 second, my daughter is awoken. Right, let's try to figure this one out, and then I'm gonna have to jump off after this. Okay, so disruptive normal tissue structure, hemorrhaging due to trauma or damaging with blood infiltration into surrounding brain tissue. That was fine. Stomach. Signs of excessive consumption. It's healthy blood. What are cyanosis? I don't know. This is an old one. Do we reckon it? I reckon it's blunt trauma, and I reckon it was homicide. I'm going with that. No, I didn't get it right. Oh, it's not even going to tell me, is it? I don't know. That was an odd one. Thank you for the like. Yeah, so that was fun to play for a little bit. I don't know about the online mode only. Although it's fun to play, it's not as good as the actual story. But we will come back and play that actual story again, because that was pretty good before. But I'm going to love you and leave you for now. I need to get some sleep because I've got to travel to go pick my son up tomorrow. I might stream tomorrow depending on what time I get back, but I'm not sure yet. If it's depends on what time I get back, so if it's too late then I probably won't. But thank you all for stopping by, and thank you for all the likes, shares and comments, and I hope you all enjoy the rest of your day or evening, and I will possibly see you tomorrow, but I'll keep you all updated. Night everybody, bye!
Yeah, systems humming low. Frequency starts to go. Can you hear the noise flow? Built this whole world in the wires, lit our thoughts on digital fires, floating on a data stream, living out a binary dream. Now the bandwidth starts to strain, feeling just a little pain. Signal weak, the picture's blurring, something strange is now occurring. Getting colder in the network space, can't quite see your digital face. A hum builds up, a rising sound as the disconnect comes around. The stream is arming, yeah, it's winding down, static sending vibrations through the town, connection pending, but it won't hold its ground, the system's bending, a broken robotic sound. Oh, the signal fades, oh, digital shades, oh, the stream is gone, just static till the break of dawn. Clear and bright, transmitted packets in the light. Now it's fragmented, bytes astray, washed out in the signal gray. The echo bounces, lag is deep. Secrets that the servers keep. This virtual skin begins to crack.